this is something that everybody, I swear, 90+% of everybody wants to lose some weight, weight that they've gained over the holidays, from Halloween, Thanksgiving, and such. Um, so there are different programs that I've developed over the years where we have in-office programs where the patients come in and um, do various services from, whole body vibration, infrared sauna, body wraps, where they lose 4 to 14 inches in an hour. And the problem is that some doctors get so kind of inundated with the same thing day in and day out in a little comfort zone that they're like, oh, I couldn't add anything new, But so I've been working on adding some simple things that even a staff member staff member can implement and be able to, and you'll see why this can be pretty important. And everybody's jumping on this wagon of weight loss, so maybe we can, be there, but in a natural sense, in a way that they actually keep it off. So we'll go into that in a second here. So let me see where we're at. Take this. Okay. So what your patients want. What do your patients want? You ever ask them, hey, what do you want? Well, awaken your old younger self, awaken your desire to fit in your old clothes again. Who doesn't want that? I mean, we all have skinny clothes, or we all have clothes in our closet, in our drawers that, we wore years ago that we can't fit in, especially now, but you'd like to fit in again. And awaken your desire to try one more program that will work at losing your weight now and keep it off. That's the thing, because, you hear special things where they say, yeah, take this pill and you can pretty much keep eating your pizza, keep eating whatever you want, your sugars and whatever, and you're going to lose weight by taking this magic pill. That doesn't work. I mean, they do have a pill. We're going to talk about that now. And we're going to tell you why it doesn't work. As a chiropractor, we only treat 5.6% of the population, because of pain, getting great results. But 66 to 86% of the population is overweight. And, you as a doctor or health coach and a staff person, can actually help, because it's all about health. And there's a reason why they have pain in the first place. Any webinars that you've heard me from in the past, you've heard me talk about what causes pain. And basically the microbiome. So if you Google microbiome and joint pain or DJD, you'll see what's behind pain and not so much the subluxation. Okay. Here's some obesity trends. So the dark blue states there are 14% obese. That was back in 85, 14% obese. And so basically that means, your BMI is above 30. So normal BMI is between 15 to 25. 25 to 30 is overweight, and above 30 is obese. So there's 85. So now we're at 95. We're at about 20%. Look where the weight, the people who are overweight mostly are in the central areas. And then it starts going up to almost 30% in 2010. It's just getting crazy. Okay. That's a 25-year trend just to 2010. So if you keep going, by 2030, 90% of Americans are going to be overweight. 90%. So do you think this is maybe something to look into for your patient base? And at the very end here, I'm going to show you a way to get your patients excited that are coming in for back pain. Help them get, if you lose weight, it's going to help your back too. We're going to talk about that. Okay, so you can spend $1,500 a month. That's $50 a day for using an off-label, ozempic, Wegovy, some glutatides. So you know who made this popular? You probably heard of her last name. I think it's called Kardashian, right? So, several years ago, I think it's Kim, she wanted to lose weight. And so she's like, oh, there's a drug for weight loss. Oh, but I don't have diabetes, but but insurance won't cover it, if you use it off label like this. And so this started a new TikTok, Instagram thing, taking this pill. And next thing you know, it's like spreading everywhere in America. I'm sure it's everywhere in the world, but at least, in America. Or use a natural, weight loss control without a prescription and saving thousands with no side effects. There's even, I'm going to talk about it a little bit. There's even now lawsuits that are coming out because of the gastric distress that's caused from this drug. So, it's It's not, and then people who go off of it, they gain their weight back. Besides, the weight that they lose is muscle mass mostly anyway. The face starts to the muscle, the tone in the face starts to sink. That's how they're losing the weight. Is that how we want to lose it? No. Insulin resistance, leptin resistance. There's some natural control here that's not a drug. So insulin resistance, you get this, insulin's trying to take glucose down here, trying to take glucose into the cell for energy, because our body needs glucose. But there's this resistance that comes in because too much of it is bombarding these cells, and there's a resistance. So then what does the pancreas do? The pancreas releases more insulin. Now remember, insulin is a fat-making hormone, okay? The more insulin is released, the more fat making. So every time you eat food, you're going to release insulin. So when you snack here, snack there, if you're continually releasing insulin throughout the day, you're going to have a hard time losing weight. So that's another thing. And then there's this leptin thing. Leptin resistance is basically sent from fat cells to tell the body when to stop eating, when to eat, when to stop eating. And the problem is when there's a resistance here, we don't have that feeling of, I guess I'm done eating. We just keep snacking. We just keep eating because we don't have that feedback loop to tell our brain, stop eating. So, but there's a natural product that we have that actually can affect that as well. So where do your patients go for help? Social media. Oh yeah, sure, go there. Then there's the intermittent fasting, the ketogenic diet, OMAD, 1 meal a day.
Oh,
You
wow.
eat 1 meal a day. So like a lot of people will eat like around 4 or 5 o'clock, and that's it. And I mean, it helps, because you don't have all the insulin that's being released throughout the day, but it can work. But how long can you go just eating 1 meal a day? And then what kind of food are you eating 1 meal a day? That's important too. And
Right.
then hit training, high intensity interval training, which if you do it right, it can actually help burn fat, 2 to 3 days later. And then, of course, the off-label use of type 2 diabetic medication, made popular, like we just talked about. They all sound good. They all sound like, this is the best thing to do, but yet it's always the new thing coming down the road. Now, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about the microbiome again and leptin resistance. So research suggests there's a connection between the gut microbiome and leptin resistance. That's your body not communicating to tell you, stop eating, right? So leptin resistance can contribute to overeating and weight gain. It impairs the brain's ability to regulate appetite and energy balance. So that off-label product is basically telling the guts that you're full. And that's what's causing distress in the microbiome. You can kind of see there the microbiome with all the good bacteria. So like you can see, eat food, stores fats release, leptin resistance, and you're going to get hungry again. There's this resistance cycle that is broken. And that's why people keep eating. And they're like, but I'm hungry, because the body doesn't let you know, stop it. And it also regulates appetite regulation. Like I said, when fat cells store excessive energy, they release more leptin, which then sends a signal to the brain to reduce appetite and increase energy expenditure. This helps prevent overeating, weight gain. So like if you're on a good eating program, you're working out, you're exercising, you're getting good sleep, you've been to that point where you've had that experience, and most of us had experience in our life where you're like, I'm good. I'm not hungry. You go out to dinner, or you go out to lunch with some friends, you're like, I'm fine. I'm not really hungry. But that doesn't happen very often, especially for people who are deconditioned. Okay. So inflammation can also happen from the gut, related to the leptin resistance. Dysbiosis, in fact, that's what the lawsuits are coming out with. Dysbiosis is as you can see in that picture there, poor gut health, bacterial overgrowth, yeast, parasites. Oh yeah, all that nasty stuff. Chronic inflammation. Remember, if the microbiome is inflamed, you're going to have inflammation where? In your joints. Okay. So somebody could come into your office and they're having gut inflammation and they're having pain, but you don't address the gut pain, the gut microbiome. And you're trying to do all these services, all these therapies on their spine or shoulders or knees, thinking that that's going to help their pain. Well, temporarily it's going to help, but if you don't help the gut, you're not going to help the joint. And it's also called a GLP receptor agonist. So that's what they're calling it. Ozempic, those kind of things. So we got to maintain control of this gut thing. So maintaining a balanced and diverse gut microbiome through healthy diet rich in fiber. Fiber is the secret. Fiber is our secret sauce. So what Foods have what foods have fiber? Plant-based foods, vegetables, fruits, fermented foods. Oh, I love sauerkraut. They have this sauerkraut that you can get. I think I get it at Whole Foods, and it's like it has jalapenos and lime. I put that on like on everything. It's amazing. You got to try it. And so that's a way to get it instead of just eating it, by itself. Put it on some of your foods. I can put them on like some fried eggs. I love that. Exercise regularly, stress management, to support metabolic health and reduce risk of developing leptin resistance. Like you can see 9 ways to manage stress over there. There's so many different things you can do, especially this time of year. We make these New Year's goals and resolution, and sometimes they last for like a day, and then the second day you're going, oh crap, all right, I'm gonna start. It's gonna start tomorrow, and it keeps going over, keeps going. I'm gonna start again. So I guess we have the rest of the year to start on our New Year's resolution, right? Until next year. In some cases, individuals may develop leptin resistance similar to insulin resistance. In leptin resistance, the brain does not respond to leptin signals properly, leading to continued feelings of hunger and contributing to obesity. Just keep pounding it away. You go to a buffet, maybe wherever you guys live, a Chuckarama or a buffet somewhere, and people just keep going back and back. Do you think they have any resistance going? No. Now, there's a product that we have. I don't own this company. It's something, but I know them very well. It's a doctor's only line. The main company started 45 years ago, teamed up with some Japanese herbologists and bought century-old formulations, and they were only going to Japan. So in '99, I stumbled on to what Dr. Linda Nelson was doing and teaching at the seminar I went to, and she had these bottles of nutrition. They were all in Japanese, and I asked her about it. She said, "No, they're not available in America." So it took me 5 years to write programs for. I mean, I have 16 programs for all the nutritional things and the helps from weight loss, neuropathy, diabetes, fibromyalgia. I mean, I've had patients that have no longer MS, patients that no longer need a transplant. They're not on the waiting list for transplants anymore because their body healed. Imagine that. So in this product, there are here, I'm just going to review some 3 ingredients. There's a lot of ingredients in here, but it helps to, like, for lose weight, control addictions of all kinds. I've had patients and other doctors who've actually got off alcohol because of this. Craving and impulse control, combative oxidative stress, metabolic, reducing inflammation in the body. If you're treating pain, you got to help, reduce the leptin resistance. And NAC, is a precursor to glutathione, and it's an antioxidant for the body. You feel better, you sleep better, you breathe better, and you're not going to eat the crap that you've been eating over the, forever. It also improves cellular function and insulin sensitivity, and can directly affect leptin sensitivity. Now, I know a lot of this could be new for a lot of, maybe some staff are watching this and doctors, but if you need more clarification, I'm going to have my phone number at the very end of this. And if you want to talk and call me about that, we go over this. It also helps regulate appetite, metabolism. Leptin resistance occurs when the body becomes less responsive to signals sent by leptin, leading to, again, overeating and weight gain. Mood regulation. If you see someone who's in the mood, who's in a bad mood all the time, well, they probably need some health, tips. Why are you so crappy all the time? Increased dopamine, reducing stress. I mean, who doesn't want this in a natural way and not have to spend $50 a day? Okay. So here's one of the main ingredients, 5-HTP. It's a natural occurring amino acid and chemical precursor to serotonin. Now, what's serotonin produced in the small intestine? It's the happy hormone. Okay. Neurotransmitter that plays a role in mood regulation and appetite control. Also, serotonin is a precursor to melatonin, the sleeping. Leptin, on the other hand, is a hormone produced by fat cells and helps regulate appetite and metabolism. Leptin resistance occurs when the body becomes less responsive to the signal sent by leptin, leading to overeating, again, weight gain. I know you've heard that again and again. So there's evidence to suggest that 5-HTP has a role in addressing leptin resistance indirectly by affecting serotonin levels and, in turn, appetite control and mood. All right. So serotonin and appetite regulation is known to influence appetite and satiety. Higher serotonin levels are associated with reduced appetite, okay, because you feel better, increased feeling of fullness. It's also used as a supplement to increase serotonin levels. Again, appetite control and reduce overeating, and individuals with leptin resistance. I mean, good, sign me up, right? Who doesn't want that right now? Mood improvement, who improve your mood, Emotional factors can contribute to overeating and cravings. By enhancing mood and reducing stress or depression symptoms, it can indirectly help with weight management in individuals with leptin. Because people who are depressed, people who are not, happy about stuff, they want to eat. Because what does eating do? Eating when you eat something that's really good tasting for a minute, you're like, oh my gosh, your endorphins are released. You have these happy hormones are released. You're going, oh wow, this is great. And you just keep eating because you want that. It's almost like, now I've heard about this, like crack cocaine or whatever. If you do that one time, you get some kind of a high, a buzz, and you're always chasing that over and over and over. You'll never have that again. Well, people do the same thing with food. They're overeating, they're eating this different kinds of food because they get that, oh, that feels so good. I feel so good. But yet their body's not telling, stop, too much. Let's be happy. Here's the NAC. Just a second. So, two dietary supplements have been studied, their potential on various health conditions, including their relationship to leptin resistance. That's NAC. Antioxidant properties. NAC is well known for its antioxidant properties. It can help combat oxidative stress, which has been linked to various metabolic conditions, including obesity and resistance. Can you see how there's a pattern here? Obesity, resistance, eating too much. Also, inflammation reduction. Who doesn't want that? As a doctor, inflammation, anti-inflammatory effects, NAC, chronic low-grade inflammation associated with leptin resistance. So reducing inflammation helps to improve leptin sensitivity. So that's why people come to see you in the first place, 99% of the time, because they're in some form of pain. Maybe it's back pain, neck pain, but they've got some issues, and there's something that you can help them with. Effects on glutathione. NAC is a precursor to glutathione, an important antioxidant produced by the body. Research suggests that NAC may improve cellular function and insulin sensitivity that also can indirectly affect leptin sensitivity. Who wants to start this now? Raise your hand. These potential mechanisms suggest that NAC might have a positive impact on factors related to leptin resistance. Just look at the glutathione benefits right there. Increased energy, slows down the aging. Well, give me some of that, right? I'm really, I look like I'm, 42, but I'm 82. No, I'm not. 63. So reduces muscle joint discomfort, strengthens the immune system, helps detoxify the liver. I have so many patients that come in that I do a test on. I have this Tanita machine that can actually test the visceral fat. And I would say 90% of everybody that comes in has fatty liver. What causes fatty liver? Well, most of it's sugar. 50% sugar is fructose. So the liver is trying to produce the fructose to process it. And the liver's like, hey, you're giving me too much. So the liver's like, well, let's just put it on the outside. You're storing all this stuff. We need like an extra storage facility, like a pack, like those pack rats. And next thing you know, you got this stuff on the outside of your liver called fatty liver. Not healthy. So, and you can see all the other cool things down there. So if you have skin issues, yeah, you want to address this. Dopamine production. Okay, there's another one. L-phenylalanine is an amino acid that is precursor to dopamine. You've heard of dopamine before, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. Dopamine also involves in regulating food intake and appetite. There are these pleasure centers in our brain. They did this study where they had these lab rats, and they both went through this maze, and they found cocaine, and it stimulated the frontal cortex of the brain, and they did a PET scan to see exactly where it was lighting up. Then they did another where they had the Oreo cookie stuffing, the stuffings, the white stuffings, the Oreo cookies. The rats love that. So they put the cocaine next to the white creamy filled stuffing, and the rats always went to the white creamy filled stuffing. Well, who doesn't do that? Dipping your Oreo cookie in your milk. I mean, when you take that first bite, you're like, okay, I can relax now. I'm home. This is great stuff. And then, an hour later, 2 hours later, you feel like crap. You don't sleep very well. That's what it does to our body. This also can help regulate appetite. Studies explore the role of dopamine in appetite regulation. It's thought that increasing dopamine levels through L-phenylalanine supplementation will affect food cravings and potentially help with weight management. Again, natural product. Guess how much this costs a day? I'll tell you in a minute. Educating your patient. However, the evidence of these nutrients for addressing leptin resistance and its effects on appetite weight management can vary among individuals. Leptin resistance is a complex issue influenced by various genetic, hormonal, lifestyle factors. Managing it often involves a holistic approach. So doctors can learn more about this, including a balanced diet, physical activity, stress reduction. Because I'm sure you tell your patients, yeah, exercise is good. Get as much exercise as you can. Like when I go to the gym now, and every new year we go to the gym, you get these people who are overweight, and they're all, guess what they're doing? They're doing cardio. They're doing elliptical. They're doing aerobics. That's not going to lose weight. And then you see them for like 2 or 3 weeks, and they're like, that didn't work. And you don't see them again until next January. So all this can be helped and found on the Club Reduce Potential port. There's a Club Reduce portal here that helps patients with cooking, recipes, exercise at home or at the gym. At the gum, oh my gosh, who typed that? The very bottom, it says gum. No, sorry, that's my fault. I don't know why that. I don't know why. And then there's the number there, and I'll even give you a tour if you want a tour of Club Reduce to see all the cool things that the patients have access to. We'll show you that. Now there are 3 others too. These are remember the take home weight loss. The first one is a craving impulse control. These are things you just can give patients. This contains all these nutrients here. This is kind of like the quick weight loss starter pack. And you can go online and you can actually see all the cool things, and you'll see the website at the very end of the webinar here, all the cool things that they're in. And then we have this weight loss starter kit. You can see all the benefits that it can actually help you with. Again, natural products. Benefit. Okay. Then the quick start 7-day cleanse. I always tell people there's 2 reasons why you have what you have. You're toxic or you're malnourished. Toxic or malnourished. This is something that you need to address. And this is why we actually have this detox kit. It basically helps to rid your body of toxins that contribute to weight, poor health, easy to use herbal supplements, and also a green beverage I'll show you in a second here that has everything in it that it's phytonutrients to help cleanse the body, heal the body, decrease the swelling, inflammation, and kind of reset the fat thermostat, if you want to call that. When you're done with this 7-day cleanse, you're going to have more energy, slimmer figure, clearer complexion, confidence, and you'll know exactly what to do to move forward. You have positive change in your life. So it also comes with this little canister. It's a 30 scooper, 30 servings, essential greens to reduce your craving for junk food, improves your gut health because it's got fiber and all the nutrients for the pre and the probiotics, boosts energy, smooths. Now the skin. We talk about the skin here. The skin is a mirror image of your gut. If your gut's not healthy, your small intestine and colon, your skin's not going to look good. So your skin is very important, and that's kind of like the little indicator that your gut's not healthy. Okay. The fourth one here, those nutritional shakes, the pre and the probiotics, the nutrients to help feed the body, heal the body, and get the microbiome back online. It's part of our weight loss program, and you can even substitute 2 or 3 meals, and while providing all that, you can literally live on that. It's like a meal replacement. I've had hundreds just doing the shakes throughout the day, great success, including with weight loss and reducing neuropathy. I've had patients losing over 100 pounds, over a 12 to 18 month period, feeling amazing just by doing these shakes. And it blocks your leptin resistance is fixed, their insulin resistance is fixed, so they're not hungry. They just feel satiated. They just feel that they have energy all day long. And they sleep like a baby. So how do we help? Again, the gut. This is what I've done the last 15 years to help patients with weight loss. This is so good for the gut microbiome that helps the body absorb more nutrients so the fat cells don't have to stick around. Because when the body can't digest the assimilate, like if the body's only absorbing 30, 50% of what you eat, what do the fat cells do? The fat cells, well, we don't really need to, leave. They're going to stay there because fat is potential energy for the body. And as soon as the body starts digesting, assimilating more food, the fats are like, hey, we don't need to be around anymore. Okay. So look at this. 4 products, take home. Okay. Right here. These are patient costs. Patient cost is $224, $7.25 a day versus $50 a day for Ozempic. So what you can do if you want more information on this, you can actually set up an account on that Club Reduce account I told you, where patients can actually go in. They have to go in through this account because they can't buy them online, and they can order through. They can come in your office here. Sure, they can come in your office if you want to have these on hand. And we also include nutritional guidelines, what to eat, what not to eat, that we also include. And I can include that, the ones of you that want that. But look at the price, $7.25 a day versus $50 a day. And there's no backlash. But here's another thing you can do. You can put a poster up. Your pain may also be helped by losing some weight. See, in Texas, some other states, you can't really do, weight loss and nutrition. You do, weight loss, back pain. You have to have some kind of a code, CPD code for helping treat the patient. But a lot of people have that bear gut, that big belly. And if that's extending forward, that's going to put shearing stress, L5S1. And you can see that on the lateral, L spine. So you have the little poster here, and they sign up. They can go to this website. That's just like an example website, and we can help set that up for you. So you have a poster in your office. They can go to the website. They can sign up to come to a class that you do in your office Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. Like, let's say you're done at 5:30 or 6, then do it 15 minutes later. I always love to have people there at the class, when we're still kind of finishing up with the patients that day, and you just grab the chairs in the reception room and you put it on a TV. You can plug in your laptop and put on a TV. We have a PowerPoint. Everything's all done for you, and you basically do a class on how to lose weight and to help you with your back pain. Because if you have a back pain, it's going to put more stress on your upper back. And that's going to affect your neck. Anyway, here's what we do. Also, we have these posters that doctors have in their office, especially this time of the year over the next few months. If you miss out in the next week or two, don't worry about it. Patients are always the first quarter, second quarter, clear to the summer, trying to lose weight. In fact, December are one of our busiest months. People trying to lose weight. Crazy, huh? And so here on December 24th, I got a text from a doctor. Hey, dude, he calls me dude. This is Dennis. I just want to thank you for all your help. This year I've collected over $500,000. I've never hit that high before. I mean, if you want to add something other than just adjusting patients, what if you add another $500,000? And I'll tell you what, a lot of doctors who get into this, they actually do 80, 90% more of this, make more money doing this than adjusting. Because what do you get reimbursed for an adjustment? 25, 35, $40. That's not right. So let's expand and do other things to help your patient base, because they're going somewhere. They're going to go somewhere to get those drugs, for weight loss. So if you want to hit some new goals in a cash system, avoid, trying to get all your eggs in a basket like we did before, webinar before, just doing insurance. Because I used to do 100% insurance, and now I'm 100% cash, and it's so different. It's so much better. So there's my Singleton Systems program. I'm 50% off right now before it goes up. If you want more information about that, text me. That's my office cell phone. Text me right there. No, that's not my office. That's my personal doctor line. That's my bat phone. There's another patient before and after. I mean, she's pretty happy with that. So it's just a great thing. Patients love this. And there's no competition. Yeah, well, there's a Weight Watcher in every corner, or there's whatever. It doesn't matter, because they're going to do a system and they're going to gain it back because it didn't work, because they didn't go after what was causing the weight in the first place, the leptin resistance and insulin resistance, the microbiome. So there's always going to be people there. And every person that comes into your office, if you have that poster up, and you just, or change it however you want to do, you're going to have people that are going to want to come in. I want to learn about weight loss. I want to learn how to save money. What if you say, do you want to spend $50 a day to lose weight, or do you want to spend $7 a day to lose weight? There's ways to put that in there to get them really excited. And then even on the Club Reduce website, we have ways that you can send out weekly emails and text to your patient base. We can talk about that too. But anyway, hope this made sense to you. Hope this gets you excited to maybe adding something new this year.